Welcome to Agenda Edina, a program summarizing the actions taken at City Hall that affect you most. I'm your host, Dorothea Marty.
I, Ron Anderson, do solemnly swear under oath.
Ron Anderson has been sworn in as the newest member of the City Council. City Clerk Sharon Allison administered the oath of office to him at the Council's first meeting of the year on January 8th. Anderson bested challengers in the November election with more than 25% of the votes.
You know, one of the things about moving into a different area of management or responsibility is the ability to hit the ground running, to have insight and some product knowledge to aid in decision making. City Manager Scott Neal has been thoughtful enough to provide for me about 4 days of orientation. And in that time, being able to meet the managers, the directors, and familiarize myself with virtually every area of city operation is invaluable. I do want to mention that the management fellow here working with Scott at this time, Casey Casella, did an outstanding job of moving that process along, making the trains run on time, and I think that's going to create great value for our city in the near future.
Kevin Staunton was re-elected to his seat on the City Council and was also sworn in earlier this month. Both will also serve as commissioners of the Housing and Redevelopment Authority. A vision for the future of the 70th and Cahill neighborhood node has been set. Given the age of the buildings in the area, future redevelopment proposals are likely. The city worked with residents and businesses in the area to proactively determine the best uses for land in the area and documented them in a small area plan approved by the City Council earlier this month.
Yeah, Jerry Strauss and my co-chair and myself, we actually led a work group, and I think what's unique and really wonderful about the 70th and Cahill Small Area Plan is that it was approved unanimously by all 5 City Council members without changes.
The plan calls for improved wayfinding, more housing types, and connections to the regional bike trail, industrial area, and transit.
The work group and residents were pretty clear from the very beginning that they really appreciate the node-like quality and this village-like feel that it already has to some extent. So that, I think, was picked up by the work group, and that is heavily woven throughout the plan.
Key to the plan is ensuring that new buildings gracefully transition to nearby attached and single-family residential properties, and that existing properties are redeveloped with mixed uses and a variety of housing types. A variety of building heights between 3 and 5 stories would be allowed. For multifamily housing projects, a density of up to 50 units per acre would be permitted. The small area plan will be included in the city's comprehensive plan update, scheduled to be complete later this year. Everyone counts and should be counted as part of the 2020 census. That's why Edina and other communities are forming complete count committees. The committee will work to promote the census and work with local groups and organizations to educate and motivate residents to participate in the 2020 census.
In 2020, Minnesota is projected to possibly lose a congressional seat, so it's very important in the 2020 census that everyone is counted who lives in Minnesota, so that if we do have the right population to keep that congressional seat, that we do.
Applications for the Complete Count Committee should be submitted online from the city's website by January 31st. That's also the deadline for applications for open volunteer positions on the city's Arts and Culture, Heritage Preservation, and Human Rights and Relations Commissions. Each year, City of Edina park maintenance staff work tirelessly to provide some of the best outdoor ice in Minnesota. However, Mother Nature doesn't always cooperate. Edina TV's Sean Albert recently found out how the city's ice maintenance crew handles unseasonably warm weather.
On a cold, early winter morning, Marshall Sievertson is hard at work, preparing the ice rink at Walnut Ridge Park.
I mean, that's daily. It's the daily operations. I know there's other locations where it might be once a week, might not be flooded at all, but that is one thing that we're known for.
Park maintenance supervisor Brian Dristy leads the maintenance crew that uses a variety of methods to keep the ice at peak condition, even when the temperature isn't ideal.
We have different ways we can try to keep the ice in great shape for during the warmer periods. Pack some snow on the north ends along the boards to keep the ice from melting too far away from the boards. So that'll pack that and kind of make it an ice ridge.
If it's warm, you want to put light coats down. That gives us a chance to freeze faster. And you want to try to make up with time before the sun hits. You want to get it in the darker hours of the day.
Sometimes that's impossible if it's going to be too warm.
One challenge that warmth creates is dealing with ice bubbles.
It's just basically the organic breakdown under the ice, the soil, the grass decomposing, I guess you could call it, and it's got to release somewhere, so it'll basically form this like a bubble in the ice.
We have a shaver tractor. There's a shaving blade on it, and they'll go out there in the mornings early when it's a little more frozen, and they'll shave those bumps off to keep it smooth.
Whether it's warm or cold, Dristy and his crew are proud of the service they provide for people looking to enjoy Edina's ice rinks.
Our crews do a phenomenal job. I know there's other cities that haven't even started their ice yet or have pulled off it completely. We actually have ice. It looks kind of weird because we have really nice skatable rinks and there's no snow around them. I think it's appreciated by the whole community, the job our guys do.
For Edina TV, I'm Sean Albert.
The city of Edina has a total of 11 outdoor ice rinks that are open to the public, as well as the frozen lakes at Centennial Lakes Park. No matter the temperature, I hope you are finding fun things to do in Edina this winter. Thank you for watching this episode of Agenda Edina. I'm your host, Dorothea Marty.